Hello and welcome to Ketter Farms. How is everyone doing this fine evening? And oh my goodness, we've got a green screen, but we're not cropped in the just chatting view. As you can see, we've been setting some stuff up here, getting everything kind of going in the office here. So I've been moving furniture around, I've been painting walls, I've been doing all kinds of cool stuff. So hopefully I've not messed anything else up for tonight's live stream, but let's be honest, I mess something up every night, so hopefully it's not too disruptive. Looks like we've got quite a few people already jumping into chat here. How you guys doing? Living on a player from the staff team, good to see you. Jacob, good to see you there in chat. Let's go ahead and get this started. I have been looking around at the different maps that have been coming out on the Mod Hub, and continuing with a last week's theme, I think we're going to be taking a look at some new maps in our live streams here, playing around with some new equipment and stuff. And yeah, that's what we got going on today. This is Bloomfield, Canada. So I'm really excited to give this map a shot, especially because it's a cross-platform map. And so anytime I see a decent looking map that works for all platforms, that's definitely worth checking out. Daxton, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Jeff, good to see you, man. Tactile, how do you join on console? So I am not running this as a multiplayer server tonight, but this map is available on all platforms, so you can download it on the Mod Hub. My goal is actually to get back to having the live streams be on multiplayer servers moving forward, even when I do these one-offs. I think it'd be fun to just open that up to channel members. If people want to join in on the live streams, I think next week I should have a server set up for the live streaming multiplayer server where I cycle the map each week. And so we'll be opening that up here to channel members very soon. Hopefully next Tuesday. Big Sky Farms, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Stranded Canson is a little tied up today, but hopefully going to be on later. He just messaged me on Discord. That's cool. Hopefully everybody got out here to vote today. If you're of voting age, it is that day. I think all the polls, at least in our area, finally closed, but I managed to sneak out earlier today and vote. That was always fun. And Daxton, almost 500 hours on No Man's Land. That's a lot. I've never played one map for quite that much time, I don't think. I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at my saves on Millennial Farmer. That would be a little tough to do back in 19, though, because that map had so many problems. I started, 3 different saves on that map, I think, over the months that I played on it. But we're going to be digging into this map. So I thought before I started off on stuff, I would at least show off the starting farm. VW Toy Farmer, you've been playing a lot more FS22 lately, really liking all the new maps. Yeah, I think, honestly, for me, seeing all the new maps is really getting me excited about jumping into things again. Midwest Horizon on 19, you logged over 1,000 on that map. That's a lot of hours on one map, that's for sure. So let's take a look at the mini map here. This is Bloomfield. I think that's what it's called, right? Bloomfield, Canada. And to start out with, you just have these few fields up here in the corner. It is a standard size map. But what this map does is really kind of gives you a feel, if I turn on flight mode here real quick, of some of that larger scale farming. And so I'm going to fly down here to the edge of our farm. So this is our little farm. It's just a house, some bins, and a couple of sheds. And one thing I did like about it is instead of the typical cows, you start with a little hog barn on this map, which is kind of cool. And then you've got 4 fields, I think. You've got this little, is this grass? Yeah, you got a little grass field here. You've got a kind of a decent sized field here. This is, at least by farm sim standards, this is a 10-acre field, which is pretty good. And then you've got a smaller field here and then another bigger field in the back. So as far as starting land goes, this is pretty good. This one is a 10.6 acre field. So with the starting equipment, you'd actually be going for a little bit here. But that's not what we're going to be doing tonight. Tonight, I wanted to jump over here into a larger field and do a little bit of everything. I've got some new mods installed on the save today. And so we're going to go ahead and try and do a little bit of tillage, try and do a little bit of planting. The really cool thing about this map is that it has a custom geo for planting stuff. So you can actually do winter wheat and barley and canola and harvest those year round. So you could do either winter or spring wheat and barley and canola, I guess, for that fact. And so I kind of liked how that's all set up here. And then we've got, starting out here, we've got this really large canola field here. So this is the largest field on the map. This is a 55-acre field, which by farm sim standards is a decent-sized field. So I thought it might be interesting to hop out here and maybe till this up and plant, or we could even harvest it and then get the tillage and seeding stuff coming out right behind it. So we might try and do it all. That might be a fun way to spend the evening. Let's see how much of this we can get done in a couple of hours. So that would be needing probably 2 big combines and all the other equipment to go with that. And we could just see if we can get Courseplay to do all the harvest stuff. And then we'll follow behind and do the tillage and seeding ourselves. I think that's going to be the plan tonight. We're kind of making things up as we go. Mr. Simulation, good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. So I am going to mix things up a little bit tonight. We ran the John Deere harvesters last week. I'm going to run a couple of these big case harvesters today, I think. And we're going to try and just knock this stuff out right quick. I'm not going to fiddle a lot with the settings here. We're just going to grab a few things and go for it. I am curious to see what my options are here, though. I have to admit, I'm more of a folding covers kind of a guy, although these Demko tanks are looking pretty sweet. Maybe we'll do that. I'm going to bump the pipe up. I thought there was a bigger pipe. 50, yeah, I think 50 is the longest one here. So I'm going to get this all set up. We've got unlimited money for all intents and purposes to get some equipment going here real quick. But we're going to buy 2 of these and see if we can't knock this field out with Courseplay real quick, and then we'll manually follow behind. So if I've got a 50-foot pipe, I can put some 50-foot headers on here, I'm thinking. And we do have to put a little bit of effort into this just to make it look right. Now I'm really hoping that there's enough room here for all of this stuff. Hey, it's Pleasant View Farms. How you doing, Farmer Tech? Good to see ya. We've got flight mode on, so I can't get into any vehicles. There we go. Who'd I miss? Superfly, how you doing? 60 foot. I could have gone up to the 60 foot. I'm just worried that if I'm going to try and do everything here with Courseplay, that the auger length might be a little bit of a problem. So we're going to give this a shot and see what happens. We're also checking to see if I'm actually getting faster at doing all of this. So I'm not going to necessarily walk myself through everything like I might. We're going to do 2 tables. We're going to do 2 headland passes, which really means 4. We're going to do lands mode, or do I want to... I think we're going to mix it up. We're going to do up-down so that we're working from one side of the field to the other. Because what I really want to do is get in and do some tillage And then I want to get that new or the updated seeder out from custom modding tonight, I think. Daniel, how you doing? Adric, good to see you, man. It's going good. Marcus, hello and welcome to the stream. Moneyball, how you doing? Good to see everyone tonight. It generated a field. I'm just not even paying attention here behind the scenes. So I'm going to go ahead and get out here and get started. And the header, oh, stop. The header is not set up. I must have, what do you call it? Manual attach on, which I think I'm going to turn off for tonight. There we go. Traffic's all backed up. I am going to run John Deere tractors. We're going to mix it up. We're going to go, as I like to say, Christmas colors tonight. So we'll run red combines and green tractors. All right. Unfolded the header. Unfold the harvester. I did unfold the harvester. There we go. My goodness. We're gonna pop this up. I'm gonna be left, and I'm gonna start at the first waypoint on the left side. And away we go. It should be that easy. Okay, I'm gonna turn all of the starter equipment off real quick so that as I'm tabbing through things, life isn't super annoying. And we're gonna grab this other header and get everything started, and then we'll figure out what tillage equipment we're gonna use here. John Deere 8530. I don't know if I have an 8530 running right now. I'll have to look. Let's see if I can. I thought there was a way to copy. Nope. There we go. I want the course from this other guy. I thought I could just click on him and take his course. I guess we might have to save this course real quick. We'll just do that. There's a way to copy from one to the other. And I just can't recall where that button is anymore. This is a temporary course. I want to save course. In the bottom right when you're in the combine. Oh, there it is. I see it. Yep. Ah, stop. Wrong button. Copy this course. To here. Perfect. Thank you, guys. I'll switch this over to the right side. All right, this goes out. There we go. Let's see if it can figure it out. And while it figures it out, I did download the other version of the 22 series here, so we're gonna grab that real quick. This is different than the one I used on the previous live stream, and I think this has got the black on it, which I like. And I guess we're in Canada, so we got to go with the Canadian colors here. No complaints. And I think since we went tracks, we're going to do tracks on this one. I'm not going to do the electric tarp because it takes forever. And I said we were going to use a different color tractor on this here tonight. I just downloaded this guy here that I was going to give a shot, I think. Let's try this. See how it works out for us. Should work. It's got a PTO, that's all we need. Boom. Jump into the, yeah. Hey, Bank Sinatra, good to see you, man. Sorry, I'm running behind on the chat messages tonight. Trying to get everything set up as we go. This is the geared version of the 9RT. Yeah, Superfly, we've got the update to that seeder on the save tonight. So that's the plan, is to knock out this field and get in here, do some tillage, and do some seeding tonight yet. So I think we should have plenty of time to make all that happen, because this field is going quite a bit faster than I initially thought with these two big combines. So we're going to go up here. I'm going to actually unload this first round on my own, and I've just remembered I've got my steering wheel actually hooked up tonight. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of out of sorts. I was getting that all up and running tonight, right before the live stream. Hey, Perma's Modding, good to see you, man. What kind of skid steer you run on my farm? We always used to run a Bobcat back in the day. Hey, Farm Sim Jim, good to see you, man. As long as I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and try and empty this guy. See how this 50-foot pipe is working. We probably could have put the 60-foot on there. Well, we'll get these knocked out pretty quick with the 50. I probably won't even be able to keep up with the grain cart and the trucks and everything else by the time we get going. Am I going to run the Mack Superliner? I have been running the Mack trucks. I do like those for sure. We got Stranded Kansan in here. Listening only. Don't YouTube and drive. That's fair advice. Fair advice for sure. What's up, Brian Gum? Good to see you. Alright, I've probably emptied this guy. It's only coming in at a trickle, so let's go ahead and put some speed on, see if I can get up here to the lead combine. We've got a lot of capacity in these 250s. I don't think I've really used the new 250s that much in Farm Sim yet, so I'm impressed with how far we're going here. I mean, that one already had 250 bushels in it, so that's pretty good. Yeah, Brian, it's been a nice map so far. I'm impressed. I have to say, usually I'm kind of skeptical of base game maps. Or not base game maps, I'm sorry, standard size maps. And the last couple maps that I've been playing on that were standard size have been really well put together. So if you're running on console or even PC, and you're looking especially to do maybe like a crossplay server or something, multiplayer, this looks like it'd be a fun map to run a common farm. I don't know that it's got a lot of farms set up on it to run multiple players, but it's a good looking map. Marcus, my favorite semis, well, on the farm back in the day, we used to have International and like a cab over Peterbilt, I think. But I don't remember what model it was, but I'm more of a Peterbilt guy in general. Oh. Yeah, Pleasant View Farms. You could definitely just jump in here and build your own farm wherever you wanted it, for sure. There's a lot of room to be able to do that. I'm one of those people, I just have a hard time, like, carving out a chunk of a field to build a farm in sometimes. I feel dirty. Hey, RZ, good to see you, man. It's been a minute since I was on. It's funny, I was looking, and it had been just over 4 months since I live streamed when I streamed last week. So, knocking the rust off a little bit still here, but we're getting back into things for sure, for sure. Trying to reintroduce myself to the lovely world of Farm Sim by trying out as many maps as possible on the live streams here. So, last week we were in Iowa. Today we've moved up into Canada. All right, so I got, this guy's all emptied. I got 750 bushels here. We need to go find ourselves a truck and a trailer. So we could run the Superliner. I've also got the older style Mack, which I've been absolutely loving. So we might grab the older style Mack again. I'm just loving this truck. I really should go download some additional truck mods at some point. But this is the one we've got, so I'm going to just grab it real quick because it's easy. And we are in Canada. I think I've got some a Super B. This might be a good one. We'll run this. I like this. You don't see these as much in the US, at least not in the areas that I've been in, but I feel like they still do the semi-trains up in Canada a little bit more than we see down here. All right, let's get in here. I'm also trying to force myself to use the steering wheel again. Every time I try, it's an ongoing battle. So I actually moved my chair so that I can't as easily reach the keyboard in hopes that it forces me to stay on the steering wheel tonight. So we'll see how it goes. Now, we kind of missed the driveway there a bit, but that's all right. We're going to do a bit of a U-turn here in the corner and park it right along the grass here, I think. RXZ thumbs up for old school. Love it, man. Hey, it's Derry. How you doing, Legendary? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you and the kids are doing well. Alright, I think we're good here. I don't think the combines are going to get us on the way back through. Oh, I need to go back and get rid of that tractor. Is it Shift T? No, Control T. There we go. Alright, grain cart, let's do this thing. I'm surprised that this other combine is just now getting up here to the corner. I guess I'd not realized how much time was in between me starting them off here. Iowa map has a nice hog barn. Just wish that it was a separate mod. Yeah, Superfly, I agree. That is, it's nice because it's like a normal hog enclosure, but it's a little bit shorter, which is you know, nice for a lot of maps where you don't have as much space. It probably wouldn't be that hard to separate that out to be able to place that on other maps. But that would be a fun one to talk to the map designer about, just releasing it as a separate mod potentially. That'd be cool. Hey, how you doing, Miles? Welcome to the stream. Marcus, you got the Max Superliner with a matte red and a gunmetal finish. Nice. I forget who made the Iowa Plains map. Alright, this guy's empty. We're going to try and catch up with this other combine here before we get to the semi. Miles, like the videos you're doing, Fox Farms made 3 big farms doing a cotton field. So cotton is one of those things that had a hard time getting into. I did one series on it. It was actually the one farm sim series I ever failed, or I'll say let failed, because I just ran out of energy to grind it back to success. And so I've always meant to kind of go back to that now. There's some really cool cotton mods. I think there's a 12-row cotton picker now out on the mod hub. That one might be wide enough to get me back in. I was actually talking to Pleasant View Farms the other night and telling him, like, 12 row is kind of my minimum. You know, I need 12 rows to not feel like the equipment's too small. CeeLo, I'm not even going to try and say that on stream. Made the Iowa map, yeah. Yeah, I don't even know who that is. Like, that's not a modder's name that I'm overly familiar with, so it's hard to reach out to people when you're not quite sure what community they're in outside of the broader farm sim community. Last week I didn't drink enough water and I lost my voice for the day after the live stream, so we're gonna attempt to remind myself as we go here to not make the same mistake. Paz, you're trying out the new Michigan map tonight. Which Michigan map? There's a couple of Michigan maps out now, and I think Taylor Farms might have made one of them. The Frankenmuth map is the one I'm thinking of, I think. That one's been pretty good. Oh, interesting. 4 mods on Mod Hub. Yeah, you know, I'll be honest, I haven't really bothered to, like, click into some of these newer modder names and see what else they've got on the Mod Hub. Yeah, legendary. So, I'll say, unfortunately, the news on American farming is that we are going to end up delaying the launch a little bit. And so I don't have a new date, but we did announce on social media yesterday, I think, that we're likely not going to make the end of this year, unfortunately. So we were very excited about some of the new stuff we're bringing to the game. We did announce Landall coming to the game. We've got some additional brands we're working on bringing to the game. We got some cool new features, some things that are new to us, new to the genre, at least from the games that I've seen and played. So I'm looking forward to seeing that stuff make it into the game, and we'll be talking a little bit more about some of those things here in the near future. But yeah, I don't have an exact date other than we're working on it, and we didn't want to release something that wasn't quite done. There were some things we wanted to make sure were in the game and polished and working good. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited, though. I'm excited. I'm not excited that we had to delay, but I'm excited that we're delaying for the right reasons, because we got a lot of cool stuff coming to the game. Still no John Deere in American farming. That I can probably say with some level of accuracy is true. If we land John Deere as a brand, you can be assured that there will be a large announcement about it. Let's see here. I'm going to unload this guy, and then I'm going to maybe set... well, we'll unload both of these one more time by hand, and then I'm going to go buy some tillage equipment and start doing the same thing with tillage equipment behind these combines, I think. Yeah, Superfly, better to take your time and make it right, exactly. RZ, Taylor Farms called Michigan Farms. Oh, there you go. That makes sense. Epic, how you doing? Oh, and Taylor Farms is... Oh, Taylor Farms is renamed to Michigan Farms? Gotcha. Will American farming cost money? Yes, sir. It's going to be somewhere under $10, so single-digit dollars. Not exactly sure. There's a little bit of market research and some other factors that go into that, but you know, somewhere under 10. 16 row head on your combine. Yeah, that's where I would be if I was doing corn or something right now. All right, I don't know why I'm just sitting here trying to unload this little bit of canola that he's got in him still. We're gonna rush up here and get this other guy going. Legendary. Anything fun costs at least $8. There you go. What's crazy is I don't even drink like coffee and stuff anymore. I don't do caffeine, but this a couple weekends ago we were somewhere with my wife, and it was just we were in an area that I'd never been before. It was a social situation, and so I got a coffee at this like fancy coffee place, and it was like, I forget, almost $10 or something stupid, and I'm just like, this is crazy. Yeah, when I say under 10, I don't mean $9.99, Brian. So if it comes out and it's $9.99, you can call me out on that, and we'll make it right. Oh, Superfly, you just picked up a new Android tablet. What did you get? I'm curious what people are buying when they go shopping for new tablets right now. We've been testing on a handful of devices, I'll say, and all the new stuff works really good. So under 10 US, that's 2,000 Canadian. Nice. All right, I think that we've got enough in here that I can top off this semi at least, and then go figure out how to get this semi going. So, oh, the Samsung Tab S8, that one's nice. I've got one of those sitting on my desk here in the stack of tablets, and I can guarantee it's going to run super smooth on an S8. Brian, everything is $9.99. That is true. We're going to try and go a smidge under that if we can help it. Why am I harvesting canola? Great question. Because it was here in this field that I wanted to do tillage and planting in. And so we're going to go through the whole process today. The goal is to try and get through all the jobs. So now that the combines are almost done with the headland pass here, I'm going to switch over and I'm going to start doing some tillage while I leave Courseplay to do everything else in this field. So it's kind of a test to see if Courseplay's up to the task. And I'm going to try and get an auto drive course going here with the help from hopefully some of you fine folks, because I have not done auto drive in a long time. All right, let's see here. I guess I don't have to top it off, but I'm really hoping that this is topped off. Hey, dear, good to see you, man. All right, right here. And, oh man. Don't want this. I don't get the unload option here. Interesting. So this has got the specializations on it, so I can't use it as a Courseplay unloader. That's unfortunate. Let's go see if I can find another tractor here real quick then. I really wanted something with tracks on it though. I know the 8RX isn't working quite right. Maybe I will grab... Well, if the 9RT isn't working, I don't know if the 8RT is going to work. Let's see. I had that 8R working pretty good last time. I really wanted tracks. Sorry, I know I'm just flipping back and forth here. I'm looking for the other mod. I don't know. I don't remember which one of these is which. I think this is the one that I want, though. We'll do the. We'll try it. We're gonna see if this works real quick. I do want front weights. There it is. Yeah, Cow plays. I love the 8RX. That's my favorite tractor. However, the 8. Oh, I didn't get. That's got a wonky stance to it. Oh no, my. Well, I guess we won't have to look at it. I wanted a wider track stance. I wasn't paying attention. My vehicle workshop isn't working since the 1.81 patch. I'm just, so, I guess I shouldn't say it this way, but I'm just so tired of everything breaking every time there's a game patch. It's just so, it's so painful. And in this case, Brody, I don't think that this is a problem with course play. The problem is with the tractor mod. I believe it's because there's too many or certain kinds of specializations on the tractor that prevent it from getting the unload combine option, or it might even be the mod that I picked up here for the auger wagon too. I'm not sure, but this tractor is gonna work. I'm just really wishing that I could change the setup here on this tractor to have wider tracks, but I guess at the end of the day it doesn't really matter. So there you go, off to the races with you. We'll get this guy off the course. I think this tractor will work fine with course play for field work. It's just the unload combine option that it won't work with for some reason, so whatevs. Yeah, oops, watch where we're going. This is kind of our staging area, so I'm just getting all the equipment back out of the way over here. And the mod that I wanted to use tonight for tillage, I think I've got some VT tools on here. I've got the high performance discs that would work, but what I really wanted to run was this Mandingo Storm, because I just love this thing. Now, I don't, this is kind of a different version than the one I had in 19, but we're going to run with it. And we'll just use this 9RT that we've got right now to do the Storm, and then we'll get something bigger for the Cedar. Maybe we'll run the big 9R or something on the Cedar. Case Simulations, how you doing? Jonathan, welcome to the stream. Woohoo, this thing's got a little bit of a push. And we also need to empty this semi out, get it out of the way. So let me just pull this guy up out of the way a bit here so that I can get my 9RT started up. And then we'll go figure out the auto drive course for this truck. My truck didn't need the hood anyway, exactly. I don't think I quite hit it, did I? They should make some two-wheel drive versatiles. Yeah, I really like those two-wheel drive versatiles. So I'm gonna back this guy up a little bit here, just so that when I'm looking at the map and placing my start trigger, I can see where it's at. I just didn't want to set up the crash counter. I think the crash counter is actually set up. I'm not positive on that though. All right, create job, field position, target position. I guess I didn't need to set, oops, set that because I already in the field. Open course generator. We're going to take the same style here as we had in the other one, just because I want it to generate a similar course. And I think that's going to work up the same way, but I forgot my headlands. We're going to do 3 with this. Thinking about it. There we go. And start. Let's see, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna bump the cruise control up a little bit here so he's not going quite so slow. 7 miles an hour isn't too bad. I would have thought that this would go just a smidge faster, but we'll run with it. And this thing is not that much shorter than our combine headers, so. Is this a new map? Where has it been out? So this is actually a map that's been officially released on the in-game mod hub. I think there was an update for it here in the last day or two, but it's called Bloomfield Canada, and you can pick it up on the official mod hub. Carden, move back to Minnesota and come farm with you in real life. There you go. If I could convince my wife to move back, I definitely would. All right, I'm gonna tarp this up. We're gonna get rid of course play because we don't need that, and I'm gonna open up auto drive. Now, I did not allow auto drive to keep all of the road nodes for different reasons. I don't know how well this road is set up for that. So I'm gonna come in here. We're gonna record, and where am I taking this would be a good question. We've got, looks like 3 sell points on the map. I guess it helps if I look for the best price. Tag Crawford Farms. Let's see if I can find that on the big map. All the way down at the bottom. Is that a train station point? Hang on. That's not going to be overly helpful. Where's the train dump? That's the sawmill. This place here, I think, is where I'm going to have to dump that. So that's the train side of it. Where's the truck side? Probably right there. All right. So let's see if I can figure out how to actually get over here. Tag. Right up on the road and over there. All right, here we go. Am I recording? I am not. All right, let's. Back it up here. Let's back it up a little bit faster. Hey, it's Polycount Taz. How you doing? Welcome to the stream, sir. All right, I did delete that. All right, here we go. Oops. Forward. We are going to try not to make a mess of this, but that's not gonna work out for us too much here. Does it have a slurry buy point? That I don't know. We're gonna swing around here because I am trying to get up and on this road. probably gonna smack into this telephone pole a little bit. Traffic might become a problem at some point. We might be turning that off once we are relying on auto drive to do anything for us. Miles, I farmed in real life at one point in the distant past. Man, it's been over 20 years now. Closer to 25 years since I farmed in real life. I used to live in southern Minnesota. Worked on a couple of different farms over the years. We did standard grain farming. My goodness, I can't see anything through these trees. Corn and beans, and then I worked for a hog farmer for a little while, so got a little bit of experience with that as well. I think if I go in cab here, oh no, I thought it was gonna lag, but not so much. On your night shift, but doing okay. There you go, Taz. This is the worst auto drive course you've ever seen because it keeps crossing into the wrong lane. We've got some guys on the multiplayer servers that take care of all of the auto drive courses. They do an amazing job. I'll be turning traffic off after we make the course. I know my course isn't going to hold up to NPC traffic. So I think that I need to add a target here for, I don't know, we'll just call it sell point. I don't even remember which one we're at. And I really should have made that a little bit further up. What I'm more concerned about is the fact that I'm not getting an option to dump my canola out here. Alright, we're gonna have to figure that out in a second here. I'm very confused at the moment. Take it around the outside here. The auto drive guy has a good course on this. Yeah, that guy has courses on like everything, which has been really impressive. I love when people kind of find a niche and double down on it, and he really has, because I'll be honest, creating auto drive courses never really something that I found particularly enjoyable. I like course play out in the field. It auto-generates a course, but doing it myself, not so much. And this is where I know, because I'm just creating this to unload grain here for the course of tonight, we're gonna do this. Crimes have been committed. That's right, folks. This course is just going to drive me down the headlands and right back over to the other side. Let's see if this is even going to work, to be honest. I don't know why it wasn't dumping the grain, though. That's the part that I need to figure out. Maybe I need to purchase that silo or something? Okay, I'm gonna stop doing this. Alright, this is where I'm gonna need some help. I think I can click on this node and then click on that one and it'll connect them. Oh, there we go. I got it. And now I need to add a stop for field. Okay. Now let's see if I can remember how this works. Pick up and deliver. I don't think that's quite it. Load. Field. Or no. Sell point. Field. Canola. I don't think it's load. Maybe it is. Let's try it. I would expect the tarps to have opened when I get to field. That's what I'm expecting. You guys tell me if I'm using the wrong mode here. Tad, 5-month member. Good evening, sir. This is much better than the election stuff. I agree. I did go out and vote this morning, but I do not want to be watching them tally the results and all the talk back and forth about it. That's for sure. All right, here's the field, and then I'm full, so now we're going to go to the sell point. And this guy's full. These guys are gonna get full. This guy's doing his thing. And this is gonna be a giant mess. Let's go turn that traffic off while I'm thinking of it. Oh my goodness, I just saw him sideswipe the front of my car. Where's it at? Is it up in the game settings? It's gotta be game settings. Off. Traffic off. There we go. That turn is way too tight. All right. Edit mode. Let's see if I can remember how this works. Is it right click to move? We're gonna just try and drag this out here now that I don't have traffic turned on, folks, and see if this is going to make it better for the next time. I am going to have to get off of this telephone pole. Mr. Clock, how you doing? Long time no see. As you can see, I am making a mess right now, which is good times as always. I got to get off of this point so I can drag it out here. See if we can avoid some telephone poles in the future. I would have said, you know, with the big trailer like this, that I should have been able to avoid this when recording it, but I hit it when I was recording it too, so. Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. We might as well get one of these going. Actually, we're gonna need a couple of those now. But this is what happens when Clock joins the stream. We crash into everything. There we go. All right. So now this guy's going to come over here to this cell load point that wasn't working before. And so while he drives over there, we're going to try and see if this is like land that needs to be bought. No? All right. Grain Silo North. This should be a dump point. Maybe AutoDrive can dump for me. Trio Gaming, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, man. Am I going to be doing a farming series in the near future? So I've been running on Farmville. I've been doing videos on that, and I'm going to be doing a new series soon. I've been setting some stuff up for it, so hopefully soon. I need to change the mode to load and unload. I'm only on load right now. Pick up and deliver, maybe? So this is sell point, this is field. Let's try that. Besides the trees being crazy, everything else looks good. And I knew this was going to be a problem because I was an idiot. And we put the point way too close. So let me see if I can do one of these numbers. And then I'll probably move one of these back points up. Oh no, there's a bunch in there. All right, let's try it. Sell point. Yeah, so I don't think this is the... I don't think that's AutoDrive's problem. I'm gonna shut AutoDrive down for a second, and we're gonna go back in here. I think AutoDrive is set up correctly now. I think that this sell point is broken. Road Warrior, how you doing, man? Always good to see you. We are attempting to figure out how to get this working. I don't know if it's a problem with this trailer maybe, or the sell point, the combination of the two. Let's sneak back in here though. Uh-oh, I pushed the wrong button there. And it's definitely not unloading here. So I got 60,000 liters. Yeah, you can't even dump into the sell point manually. All right, well, we've wasted a whole bunch of time trying to set up for a sell point that's not working apparently. So let's see if we can find another one. There's only so many on the map, right? I mean, I guess we could go try and dump it into our bins, but that's not gonna be super easy here with how this is set up. We can run it down here to Johnson's Farmers Market. I think that's the other sell point. I thought there were 3. Which one am I missing here, folks? The oil mill. Where's the oil mill? Okay. Animal dealer. Sawmill. Biogas. Farmers Market, fast food, grocery mart, River Valley. I don't see one called the oil mill. Am I blind? Tag. Map. Which one is flashing? None of them. Okay, well, Johnson's Farmers Market it is. At least I know where that one is. You can set it up as load and unload the combine. Set a target point in the field where you want the truck to park. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far. I've got a grain cart out in the field to unload, so I am just trying to figure out why I can't sell my grain anywhere. This was supposed to be easy, but apparently not so much. The map name is Bloomfield. That is correct. This came right off of the in-game mod hub. Flashing on the mini-map is at Johnson's Farm now. Yeah, Johnson's Farm is on the other end of the map here, so we're going to go grab that one. We've almost got this field harvested now while I've been dinking around with this, so at least that's, we got that going for us. And what I'm going to do is just come out here and start adding on to our wonderful AutoDrive network here. And head on down to the other sell point and see if that one will work a little bit better for us. Now this is a terrible spot for that field point in hindsight, but that's all right. And what I'm going to do is jump into our AutoDrive network. Right here, I want to be right on this next node like that. And then I'm going to hit record. I'll need to fix that one a little bit. If I just do it now so I don't have to worry about it later. And away we go. Ooh, we got some sunshine there coming out of the trees. think we'll actually go in cab for this drive. My success rate on staying in the lane is a little bit better. And yeah, Clock, auto drive and course play are working decent in FS22. This is the first time I've used auto drive in quite some time though, so I'm getting used to it again a little bit here. The basic mechanics seem to be pretty similar to 19 though, so no major changes. Unlike course play, which was having to learn that all over again from scratch, essentially. They've changed so much of it. But we'll get there, we'll get there. And it does look like our AI workers are finally getting full and stuck. If only we could have got this sell point working right out of the gate, I think we would have been able to keep up with the combines. Oh well, the tillage guy was gonna have some making up to do to catch up anyway so that we can get the seeder out there, so that's alright. I'm really hoping that this sell point is something that's easy enough to pull this big grain train through. I'm also hoping that this grain train doesn't run into any problems as we try to unload it at this sell point, because if we run into problems here, it probably means that it's the trailer and not the map. I'm trying to figure out where the sell point actually is. I think I'm going to try to turn here. This is a little tight for my horrible driving, at least. There we go. And we're going to unload this. I'm going to wait and put my point just ahead of this, but I want to go ahead and unload while I'm here. How about a big Fendt 2-track? I have not downloaded that one, I don't think. We've got a big 9630 on our tillage right now. There's a nice 50K. Let's see, I'm going to go one more tick forward and put the thing here. So we're going to say sell point 2. Switch to our back hopper. Dump that out. And yeah, thank you, Faber Farming. If you're enjoying the stream, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Hopefully you're doing well today, Faber Farming. Always good to see you in the stream. I've been following your series on the, what is it, Rennebu, the Norwegian map? I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a nice looking map for sure. I was actually tempted to run a little mini series on that map at some point because it's just kind of a cool looking map. Oh goodness, trains in the way. I turned off traffic, but I don't know if auto drive's smart enough to not run through the train tracks if the thing's coming down. We're gonna try it though. My phone's blowing up right now. We should at least attempt to stay on our side of the road, I suppose. Oh. Can't read chat and drive. The real reason traffic's off is I just can't stay in my lane. Oh, we didn't brake. Yeah. Whoops, my bad. There's a, even empty, there's a little bit of weight behind you there. Kedrick Farms, have you had any issues with relight and vehicle lights not coming on when it gets dark with auto driving course play? I'll be honest, I don't play in the night. I usually fast forward past the dark, so I haven't given that much attention, but that's something we might have to fast forward and look at here. You can see I'm running on half time, and so I generally slow time down to a crawl, do my field work, and then speed time back up and skip through the nighttime. So I can't say that I've noticed. Now I can see our combines out here sitting and waiting. And so I think what I'm gonna do is connect this one, not to the stupid curvy parts, but maybe right here. We'll stop recording. And I'm gonna try and join these two right here. There we go. And then my worry is that I need a way to get to that field point, and I'm too close to this entrance. So we're actually going to do another crime, second crime this episode. Is we're going to record it from right here. And we're just going to circle right back around like so. And we'll connect these two like this. That way we're pointed in the right direction. Yes, I know, it's not pretty, but it's going to work. So if I pull this up now, in theory, Courseplay should just come over here and start unloading into this truck once it gets up to the point. So we're going to see. Road Warrior, you're driving around the curves like you do in FS22? Yeah. Nobody ever... If you've been watching the channel for any length of time, which I know you have, you know that my driving is about as bad as it comes for FS22. Field driveways are a recommendation. All right, you are full. What are you trying to do? You just had to go over and say hi to the guy in the combine, I guess. Just wave at him. Like, ha, I know you want to be emptied, but I'm not going to do it. Now, I'm not touching this. I want to make sure that Courseplay is actually working as well as I expect it to. And I should probably come in here and turn edit mode off in auto drive, because it drives me nuts when the little line is there and I'm not making a course. And so I know that auto drive has an unloader mode that works pretty well, but I just love Courseplay's unloader now. It's just point and click. You don't have to do anything. And yeah, Clock, so I bought it with the narrow wheelbase, and the mod to the mobile workshop mod doesn't work since the patch, so I can't jump in here and switch it, and I was too lazy to buy a whole new one. So that's where we're at. So yeah, Bloomfield is for all platforms, so you can play on this map on console, and it was just updated here, I think it was today or yesterday. There was a big update for the map, so it's looking really good. So he unloaded into the front hopper. Is he going to spin around and then unload into the back hopper? Is that what's going on? I'm confused. Yeah, that's what it's going to do. Probably because they weren't lined up perfectly well, or maybe it just needs to take a second pass every time it sees it as a different vehicle. But, you know, for automation, I'm not complaining. This is working really well. And then I know this will sell at the other end, although I don't know if I've got the sell point set up right, but I mean, this is just working. This is how it's supposed to go. Tucker, how you doing? Welcome to chat. Good to see you, man. So I'm gonna let this thing do its thing. And it looks like the semi's got a ways to go, although we're going to get quite a bit coming out of both of these combines here real quick. And it looks like our third headland pass is coming along nice on the tillage tractor here. Doing good, doing good. Road Warrior, your Courseplay doesn't have the unloader thing, and it's up to date. That means you're using a tractor mod that has, I forget exactly what it is, but either too many or the wrong kinds of specializations on it. And so originally I had this 9630 on the grain cart, and I didn't get the unloader mode. And so that's why we bought the 8RT, because this one has the unloader mode on it. And so it's a problem with the tractor that you don't see the unloader mode come up. So if you're using a specific tractor, you don't see it, switch to a different tractor, and I guarantee a base game tractor should work, but switch to a different tractor mod and it'll probably work out for you. And I can't remember if it's the SIDS RTs that are having problems or custom moddings, because I have both of them on here and I switch between them. So test that out and I bet you'll find one that works. RC, you haven't used the Courseplay Unloader yet, except for trying it with sugar beets, which wasn't very successful. Carts would unload harvesters, but couldn't get it to the truck. Ooh, I haven't tried it with sugar beets yet. Interesting. You've been having fun getting rich on the how do you even say that? Ganandathal map? That map looks cool. That's the 4X map, I think, that just came out not too long ago. That's like 80 megabytes or something like that. I was amazed at how small the map size was for that, for a 4X map. Okay, chat, I'm gonna try and not fall over and not take the green screen down, and I have to grab one thing over here. All right, we've successfully gotten back into our seat. No chairs flying upside down. Bitter Barista, the Ganandathal map, you guys are just going to keep typing it, so I have to say it, is amazing, runs really well. Yeah, that's why I was curious about it, like, because it's a 4X map, so I figured it would work really well as a multiplayer server. And be so small that it would run really well performance-wise. And the map is very deceptive for the actual size. The in-game map is, yeah. Yeah, I felt like when I loaded it up, I felt like the fields were bigger than I expected it to be. But yeah, Dairy Deer, you should check it out. It's literally, it was 80 megabytes. I mean, half of my mods are bigger than that. Yeah, clocks. So this is the improvements with Courseplay. In 19, that would have been a giant mess. The tractor would have been trying to drive over the header. I would have had to reset all the courses. It would have been a nightmare, right? In 22, it's like, oh yeah, let me back up and get out of your way. It's like, oh, okay, cool. If you just give it a minute, it always figures itself out. Bro, welcome to the stream, man. Love the name. 90 frames per second consistently. Nice. Flat with few trees, which always helps on performance, I agree. Alright, so we're trucking here, and we're trucking over here. So the next step, the next big purchase that we want to make here, and we're right on track for the stream of wanting to try everything out tonight. The whole realm of what you need to do basics is cedars. Come on, Kadirk, you can find it. There we go. We're gonna try out the new, or the updated, I should say, custom modding cedars. We'll put the lights on there just for the fun of it. This thing is way too big, and by too big, I mean awesome. Seed or seed and fert? Well, we gotta have seed and fert. We've got all kinds of tires. Ooh, I like these tracks. Ooh, we are running tracks on everything tonight. Maybe we'll do the tracks. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do this. Buy, yes. Okay, the cart goes behind the cedar. So that means we need a nice large tractor. So I think I've got the 2022 series. I've got all the versatile stuff, but we're doing John Deere tonight. I have been missing my John Deere. I have the 2022 9RX series here. So let's grab that. Let's grab that. Let's get us some nice wide tracks. Some weight. CB radio, why not? All right, looking good. Let's give this a shot. It's track night, not the high school sport kind exactly. Mr. Simulation, where did I get my name from? I wish I had a really cool story for you, but the honest story to that is I was in a networking communications class in my first year of college, and I needed to name a network. And I drummed my fingers on the keyboard and got kind of this random set of characters, tweaked it up to sound kind of like a name, and then proceeded to use that as my very first D&D character's name later that night. And so it just kind of stuck and killed two birds with one stone, because I've always been terrible at coming up with names. And so Kederk is me drumming my fingers on a keyboard, naming my very first network and my very first D&D character in the same day with those string of characters, and it has followed me around since then. And I would have been 16 at that point, so I just had my 41st birthday on Sunday here, so I'm getting old. I did not line that up at all, did I? It's not as bad as I thought it was, but not close enough to hook a cedar up. The articulated tractor, when I turn, the camera turns, and so I'm like all over the place here. I apologize. All right. We don't have any seed, however. We're going to need some seed. Oh, look at that track bounce. That doesn't seem healthy. I'm falling behind on my chat. I apologize. There's some invisible trees with collisions between a few fields on the map. Oh, that's always unfortunate. Brian P., you're not too old. Get to your age. You're 42. There you go. I've got a year before I'm too old. I'll take it. No, it's funny as I feel like I actually felt older a few years ago, so I feel like I've been aging backwards lately. I've been losing a lot of weight. I've been just hanging out with the kids and stuff, being home a lot more, and it's been really good. It's been really good, so my age is just a state of mind, I guess. I am looking for my fill types because I would like to just reload this thing and not bother hauling it out for tonight, because we have been going for a while here. I'd rather get seeding than monkey around with trying to bring something out here and fumble with this auger all night. Farm Sim Jim, 48 last month, and the big man upstairs decided to gift you with your first bout of shingles. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Yep, my uncle on my mom's side actually had to deal with shingles as well. Not fun, for sure. The storm in 19 only went 7, needs to be set to 10. Yeah, this one's only going 7 too, which I wish it was going a little bit faster, but that's all right. We are going to put some wheat in this field. And let's see if we can get out of the trees, man. Turn, turn. It's been a minute since we've driven articulated. There we go. There we go. Matt, if you're trying to find the map, just look in the description of the live stream here. There's a link, a couple of links down. I don't think it's the first link, but there's a link a couple of links down. I've been trying lately to put the links to the major mods that I use in a stream or a video and in the description to help people out. We're burning through that fertilizer, but not so much the wheat. But we don't have, I don't have precision farming on here. Let's see here. Is it uncover all? Nope. There it is, PF now. It used to be PA in 19, right? I think it used to be PA in 19. Either way, we got it. Look at the track movement on the air cart. Smooth. Yeah, look at how it turns. I love that. I will say, I think I can say this. I spent probably a solid week figuring out how to get track animations to work in Unity when I was working on some stuff on American Farming. And this stuff isn't as easy as it might seem sometimes. Trying to get that corner was my mistake. Oh, we jackknifed it. Oh, it's so messed up. There we go. Oh boy. That would probably have cost a few $1,000s. Anxiously waiting EYT Modding's Farmall M pack to come out. Supposedly it's in testing. Nice. Yeah, I love how this air cart, like it just, the front end turns and stuff. Oh, it's so good. We're trying to, oh no, we didn't do it. Oh. All right. We've made mistakes. Mistakes were made. I blame the articulation on the tractor. Not used to it for sure. Oh, look, we're climbing the cedar with the air cart. AI worker stopped, no path found. That's a concern. All right, let's, I'll just get this thing straightened out here a little bit, and then we'll go and figure out what that's all about. I don't know which AI worker that is. It's probably not this one, not this one, not this one. So it must be this one. Okay. Well, course plate unloader got confused. That's all right. We'll get it sorted out. Might need to check the connection between the seat and the steering wheel. That one always comes loose. There's just not a lot we can do about it. Bauer, have you found hopper bottom trailers that work with auto drive and dumps both hoppers? This is the first time I'm using auto drive in over 6 months. So I will let you know when we top this semi up. This is going to be the first trip that it takes on its own. And so this is technically not a double hopper bottom. This is two different hoppers connected, two different trailers. So this might not quite be what you're looking for, but this is the, I think it's the Super B, the Wilson Super B off of the in-game mod hub. So we're going to see if this works. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I'll be complaining. All right, this semi is now all topped off. Auto drive is on its way. And we're just gonna take this back down here because there's like, what, a couple of passes left, if anything, or are the combines actually done down here? I think the combines are actually done, so that's probably why the unloader got confused, is there's no more combining left to do in this field. Perfect. Eric, I don't know how new the map is, but there was just an update to it, and that's why I'm checking it out. So it's available on the in-game mod hub, though. The link's in the description of the live stream. So it is available for all platforms. It's been a pretty nice looking map. I was really worried about the map when I first looked at the mini map because all the fields looked really square. And it turns out that while they are squarish, it just looks pretty good on this map, it turns out. So, you know, when you look at this mini map, I just didn't feel like it was going to have a very realistic feel. I hate square fields, but it actually worked out pretty good. It's not that big of a map. Since it's available for all platforms, it's a standard size map, which is like the same size as the base game maps, but in reality, it feels a lot bigger than it is. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the course play off. We don't have a need for it anymore. And I think I've got enough room to put just a little bit more of this into the grain cart here. So I'm gonna swing us around. There we go. And then we're going to just move these guys off of the field for now, I think is what I'm going to do. That way when the tillage guy is coming around, he doesn't run into any problems. And we don't run into any problems when we're getting the grain carts out. And let's be honest, I don't really care about this guy's field. So here he goes. I'm going to leave that one running so I can unload him in a minute here. And let's just kill off this course altogether. Yeah, I could totally just buy that field and harvest it too. My ability to handle multiple harvesters, a tillage tool, a semi, and a seeding setup, though, is being stretched a little thin here, I feel like, right now. Alright, so this guy got in here, and it looks like we might have pulled... Oh my goodness. We went to the wrong sell point. Because I'm an idiot. Alright, well, we're going to send this guy to the right sell point this time. And hopefully see how this goes. Although I'm glad that I fixed that curve on the telephone pole. So at least I did that right. So a little bit counts, right, guys? Do something right every once in a while. Eric, what are the specs on my PC? Seems pretty good to be handling all these AI helpers. So I do have a decent computer. FS22 honestly made a ton of improvements to the performance of everything in the game, but AI handlers are now multi-core, and I do have like a 12-core processor. But if you want to see my specific PC requirements, you can jump into the video description. There's an Amazon link that has all of the items in my current PC in an Amazon storefront. Just kind of help me to put it all out there and let me link each item individually. So if you want to see what's in my computer, you can find it there. Ryan Lunt, good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. I hope you've been well. Jonathan, good to see you, man. Welcome. Bauer, your trucks only dump front hopper on auto drive and it stays put at sell point until you move them. Yeah, I'm curious. Usually when that happens, I feel like you just need to have your sell point waypoint a little bit further forward so that it has enough room to dump the front and then pull all the way up to the point and dump the back as well. I think that's usually what happens, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Yeah, Ryan, you want to see the PDA? We're gonna follow this truck back down to the other sell points. So we're currently up here in the biggest map, or the biggest field on the map, which I think is about 55 acres. And we're gonna go down to the sell point down here on the bottom. So let's, sorry, I just want to make sure we get out of the field here. Feeling good, feeling good. It's a standard size map, so it's available for all platforms. This is a, I don't know what the kids are calling it these days, but a 1X map, same size as like Elm Creek. But it is a good chunk of the map is fields. And then this is actually set up with the forestry trees. So you can do a lot of forestry on the middle part of the map here, which I thought was pretty cool. There's a sawmill set up right here along the railroad tracks. So really set up well. And the other thing I always like about maps like this, because it is a Canadian map, is we've got an updated crop calendar that goes along with this. So you've got, winter wheat, barley, canola, etc. Everything's been just a little bit adjusted, which works out pretty well. The starting farm is up here where you own a few decent sized fields. I felt like there's a bin site, a hog barn, and some barns up there. And so it works great. I think there's some good places you could build your own farms as well without, majorly tearing up the map. But obviously, with so many fields, you can just carve out a space and build your own farm. Did you see that Michigan Farms map has returned? I did see that came out. We were talking about that earlier in the stream. That was used to be Taylor Farms. It's rebranded to Michigan Farms, which is cool. Same guy that did the Frankenmuth map, isn't it? But I did a series on Michigan Farms back in FS 19, I think. That was a good map. Even if this map is only basic size, it feels bigger looking at the PDA. Yeah, I agree. It feels a lot bigger than the actual base game maps, and I think it's because so much of it is fields. And I'll jump up to the starting farm here in just a second after we see if this guy's gonna dump into this pit or not to show that off again, because that was at the very beginning of the stream that we showed that off. This semi-driver's being real careful to pull up here. Oh, we're dumping back there. Nice. Gonna be doing a lot of sweeping. Those deer are just looking for some handouts. All right, so see, we dump the front hopper and then we pull up here. And yeah, we're just sitting here now, unfortunately. And let me turn this on. That's because, see, so I hit my sell point here. And so it's not going to pull forward anymore because I'm at the sell point. So what I really needed to do to get this thing to work out is bring this sell point up here a ways so that back hopper can get onto the trigger before my truck gets to the sell point. I'm pretty sure is what my issue is here. It's been a minute since I've used auto drive, but I feel like this is gonna help me out here. Yep, so that back hopper's dumping, and then we'll get to sell point, we'll be empty, we'll move forward. I'm almost positive that this is gonna just take care of it at this point. Is there a way to have the auto drive helpers dump the grain in the middle of the sell point triggers instead of at the edge? Not really. As soon as the dump point and the trigger for the sell point kind of match up, it's going to start dumping. I think the only way to really fix that would be to make the trigger on the map smaller so that the truck had to be further over the grate before it started dumping. That's just kind of a farm play or farm simism that unless you made a really small dump trigger to force the truck to get right onto the middle, I think it'd be pretty hard to change. So I'm going to jump up here to the starting farm real quick since we've had a few people jump in here that have been curious about it. And I'll go ahead and open this shed up. We do have a full fleet of starting equipment. So we've got a Massey Ferguson and some smaller seeder and cultivator here. We've got a couple of bins with augers. We do have a house with a sleep trigger on it, I believe. And then in addition to that small shed, we have one of these open lean-tos back here where we've got some more equipment. Looks like some baling equipment. Another tractor here with a front loader. Looks like the Case 115. And then one of the things I really liked about this was we have one of the small base game hog buildings here instead of, I feel like every map comes with cows. And so it's nice to see hogs. And then if we turn the speed up here a minute, run out to the field, we've got a John Deere with a wagon, nice 7810, and then a nice New Holland CH770 to work as our harvester. So I did like seeing that we've got a couple of decent sized fields for a starting farm. Field 4 is 10.6 acres. And then I felt like field 2 here was 10.3 acres. So pretty good. And then it is working good for us, at least with precision farming. I've got precision farming on right now. And so this is your precision farming map. I went ahead and ran the uncover all here a few minutes ago. And so if I'm not mistaken, this is actually a custom soil map, because I don't think this is base game, just the way it looks. So that was cool to see. Precision farming's all set up here and working. No problemos there. This guy's doing his thing. That semi's probably going to be in our way here in a minute. So I'm going to jump in the 8RT and see if we can go unload and get that semi moving again. I'm really nervous about that tractor just wanting to plow into him. Oh no, he's going to start doing tillage. We're doing a good amount of tillage there, so tillage is sufficiently ahead of us that I think we could get going on the headland passes here, or finish up the headland passes now that we've got harvest done with our big seeder. Get going on some up-down rows. I don't think it's going to take that long with that big seeding setup, that's for sure. So it feels good to get our first auto drive course in 6+ months under our belt again. We're making progress. We're knocking off the rust, which has kind of been the purpose of these live streams. So I do appreciate you guys bearing with me a little bit here as I figure out how to play the game again. Trying to remember to work my way through this water as well. You'd think after all these years of doing live streams and stuff, it wouldn't feel weird to drink on a live stream in front of people, but it always does. Farm Sim Jim, you wish the map maker would release that 3-bay drive-through shed as a separate mod. You love that shed in FS19 for semis and header trailers? Yeah. That would be a nice standalone. I probably really don't need to do this, but I really want to go fill up, get the rest of this canola and top off the truck here. I think actually what I'm going to do, though, is just get this guy out of the way. I'm going to park him back over here in our loading area, start moving the rest of this equipment off the field, and we're going to drive the combine over there to unload it. Yeah, it's funny is it's just when I'm streaming that I think I forget to drink the water. Throughout the day, I probably drink like 3 to 4 liters of water every day without really thinking about it. But when I live stream, it's just not coming to mind. I'm doing too much talking, not enough hydration. Yeah, exactly, Road Warrior. I don't know what it is. It's just like, people are looking at me. I don't want to do that. All right, I think I've got enough actually to top this thing off too, because I'd really like to see it go and come back with 0 fiddling or interaction on my point, or on my part. That's it's kind of like the final stamp of success. Like I feel like we've tweaked that course to be successful now. But I want to see him do it, just to know. Oh, he is full. All right, look at that. All right, we're just going to leave the rest of this in here, move him across the road and get him out of the way. And we're going to forget about that semi for a bit and check back in on him in a little bit. Hopefully he comes back, and that'll be my cue that he's succeeded. Tillage is done with the short rows onto this longer bit. Nice. And we're all the way back over here with our seating setup. Perfect. Now let me see if I can find GPS in all this mess. Get lined up on the edge of the field here. Set our width. Set an AB line. There we go. Perfect. What's the key combo? Alt-L. There we go. Width looks good. Sometimes width doesn't always work well for us, so we're always best to double check. Jessica, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Farmer Boy, is that combine for all platforms? Yes, I believe it is. Farm Sim Jim, a gallon of milk a day. Oof. I can't do milk. I don't know why. I cannot drink that much. I don't drink milk hardly at all anymore. It just, it does something to me. I used to be a huge soda drinker, but I don't drink caffeine anymore. And switching over to just water has been the easiest way for me to lose weight and kind of get back into healthy times. Hey, Jason, missed me at the Farm Progress Show, got sick. Sorry to hear it. Farm Progress Show was a lot of fun. We did, I hung out with quite a few cool people at the Farm Progress Show, had quite a few people from the community stop by, which I was really surprised. You know, I'm hanging out with a bunch of much more famous YouTubers than me, and had quite a few people come up to talk to me, so that made me feel good. All right, see if I can make the sharp turn without putting the cart into the seeder this time. Yeah, a gallon of water a day, that's about where I'm at. I mean, I measure by liters just because I have the 1 liter bottle here, and I always go through at least 4 bottles a day now. I have not had a chance to check out the new Michigan map that came out today. I know, I've talked to Taylor Farms a few times. He does good stuff, but I haven't checked out the new version of the map today. A couple of people have mentioned it. That'd be a good, would have been a good one for the live stream. I kind of picked this a few days ago, and so didn't see that the Michigan map was coming out today, or I might have done that one. But honestly, I'm really glad that we tried this map out. This has been a great map. If I wasn't looking for something, I think, a little bit different for my next series, I'd really be considering this one. This has been good. Highly recommend checking it out. Case Boy, appreciate the like before you head off to bed there. It helps the stream out a lot if you can drop a like, for sure. And I'm terrible about self-promotion, so hit that like button. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I'm anxious to kind of get around the headlands here and start on the up-down rows, because I'm curious if I can make that U-turn at the end without crashing into myself. I think I can. This cedar is ridiculously wide. It's probably not realistic, but I wish it went like 9 miles an hour instead of 7. I feel like just a little bit faster would make me feel good. I could probably get 2 of these going and finish this field in about 10 minutes. I just gotta learn some patience, I suppose. I've got the game volume is kind of muted on the air cart here, which is probably good, because I feel like if it was realistic, it would be too loud. Curious what my in-cab looks like on this. Oh, not too bad. My driving hasn't improved that much, but the visuals are good here. You could actually run this one in cab with this implement and have good visibility. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't do a lot of in-cab driving because I feel like I would just have a lot more accidents on screen. Dairy Deer, have a good one. Appreciate you swinging by and hanging out in the stream tonight, sir, as always. Saskatchewan Rough Riders, am I a real farmer? I used to farm in real life about 25 years ago. And when I say I used to farm, oh my goodness, we're taking this field out. I worked on a farm, and so we did corn and soybeans in southern Minnesota. And then I also worked on a medium-sized hog farm for around a year. So I've got a little bit of experience with hogs as well. It was a good time. I liked it a lot, but that was a long time ago now. Should check out the farm to the northeast of the map. Yeah, I haven't visited any of the other farms on the map. I know there's a farm up here. This is the starter farm, and then I feel like one of these might be a usable farm as well. Could I do a vlog at Grant's place? I did actually record some video while I was out at Grant's farm last year, but I never end up posting any of the videos that I made last year, September, when I went out and visited the real life farms. I was really disappointed with the quality of the video, and so it was one of those things where it was... I was really honored so many folks had me out to their farm, and I really didn't want to put out a really crap video, and so I just kind of moved on and didn't publish any of that footage. But I have been actually working to try and clean it up, because I've had a few of those people reach out to me, and they'd like to see it even if I don't post it on YouTube. So I'll have to give it a shot at some point here. So catching up here on chat. Call you Travis. All right, I'll try and remember that, sir. You're a real grain farmer. Nice. Yeah, I know up in Saskatchewan, you guys have some pretty big tracts of land up there for sure. I'd never streamed on 13. I have played 15, but I didn't stream on it. But I did do some videos on 17. That's actually kind of where I got started on the channel, playing a little bit on 17. And then FS19 is really where I've spent the most time for sure. Just getting into, well, I've been playing 22 since it came out, but the channel took a break here for about 4 months, so I'm just getting back into things here recently. So we'll see how it goes, but it's a little bit easier for sure. And Case Boy, have a good one. I appreciate you swinging by and hanging out tonight. We are coming back around. Hey, look, our semi came back. Now, it looks like both hoppers are empty, so we've not only set up an auto drive course, but we managed to have it empty a multi-hopper trailer. I guess it's not a multi-hopper trailer, it's a multi-trailer setup successfully. So that's cool. We're good to go. So this is the other thing I'm doing in the live streams lately is trying to test out some of these mods, some of the equipment, knock the rust off, remember how auto drive works at a basic level, you know, make sure all the stuff that I want to do with course play is working, because the next series I'm going to do is going to be going back to my roots, which is big farms, big equipment, multiple pieces of equipment out in the field at the same time. And for that to work well, I got to get some of the automation tools working so I can set things up and run like I like to. So there will definitely be some big farm setups here in the near future now that I'm getting some of these things figured out. I'm looking forward to it, that's for sure. Now I could, in theory, do another headland pass here, but I don't think I am. I think I've got enough headland. We're gonna just go for the up-down rows. Now I'm wondering if all this time I was going so slow because I was in a low gear. I wonder what my actual working speed is if I was geared up. If it's still 7, or if I could have geared up to get another mile or 2 hour out of that. We're gonna find out here in a second. Road Warrior, would auto drive work with gravity wagons? It should. I don't know why it wouldn't. Would it work with multiple gravity wagons is probably what you're asking. And I don't know. Maybe we'll try it out here. Let me get this guy going. And I think I've got that new Parker gravity wagon on the save here. So we can go try that out. In fact, let's see if the standard helper works here. I'm going to turn off GPS and turn on the helper. I don't know why it wouldn't work. We're going to save real quick because I hit the menu button by accident. And let's see here. Gravity wagons. I think I've got those new Parkers on here. I should be able to buy 2 of these. And let's grab a tractor here real quick. What do I got? Nice 8,000. Do we got an 8110? There we go. I want front weights. We're just gonna take something relatively default now. My experience with grabbing new mods is that half the time they're broken, they don't work, so hopefully this is a good mod that works. Now, can I back up a gravity wagon and connect the second one? Or am I gonna have to bust out super strength? That's the real question. Could be using the steering wheel, it'd probably be easier. I have actually done this in real life before, so. There we go, first try. It's almost like I'm a pro. Don't quote me on that, I'm horrible at backing things up in real life too. Why am I not using a controller? So I have a controller. I don't like the controller at all. I'm actually using a steering wheel to do most of my normal driving. It's kind of off camera here, but when I'm leaning forward like that and really concentrating, usually like when I'm backing up and doing stuff, for whatever reason, my mind is just wired to using the keyboard. And so that's what I do. Anytime I get out of the tractor, I use the keyboard and mouse. I just find it more natural for sure. But it's mostly just a habit thing. It's not because I think it actually works better. We're going to use this to fill up with a random substance, just because we're not really testing anything here, and I don't have enough weight or enough crops here to do anything. I just want to test and see if this is going to work. So pick up and deliver. We're picking up at the field. We're selling at sell point 2. And it's canola. I guess it's alphabetical. And I'm just going to come up here. I am going to turn on my courses for just a second because I want to see that this is going to figure it out. All right. I just want to, I know this course works, so I just want it to start at the field and go back through stuff. Let's catch up here. Where do you find deleted mods folder? You play Farming Sim on PC, and it's not in your recycle bin. Yeah, if you've deleted a mod and it's not in your recycle bin, it was potentially just like a really big mod that was too big for the recycling bin. Otherwise, I don't know where it would go. All right, we're at the field. We're full. We're gonna go to the sell point. I have no reason to believe that this won't work. Other than the only thing you have to remember with auto drive is to make sure you've left enough space to pull ahead to the sell point for all of the trailers you have behind you. So I expect this is going to work just fine. But we'll find out. In the meantime, let's check on our tillage guy here. He is going to town, but not necessarily fast enough that I think, even with all of the delays, I think this guy is going to catch up. Now, the one thing that I wanted to see is how well this guy's going to turn around with a hired helper at the end of the rows. Because I haven't played around with this mod at all, so it's always a good test to see what happens. Travis, have a good one. Appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us tonight. Is it Bower? Thanks for the suggestion on moving the sell point target. It worked. Oh, awesome. I love when I see things working out for people in the community, because for the most part, I just figure this stuff out as I go. Is the cart acting right now? The cart seems to be doing all right. I haven't had any problems with it. I think here I only did one headland pass. I probably needed to do two to get the helper to do its thing. But everything with the cart seems to be going good. It's not been jittery or sliding around or anything weird like that. And I like the effects. I like that there's a little bit of dust coming off of the tracks, but it's just a little bit, and it's from the backside like that. I have to say, custom modding did top-notch work on this thing. This is awesome. This is just making me more than anything now want to go start that big farming series next. Can't wait. So I'm gonna kill the worker off here. And we're gonna try and jump up here and take the GPS track back down on our own. Hannah, Indiana is a good map, great map. I have heard good things about that map. It is on our list to test out here. I think we've been working on getting that one set up here. I'm in a low gear. This is my problem. I wasn't paying attention to gears. Whoops, why did I hit the X? Yeah, I think Farm Some Guy in Argzy have been doing a series on Hannah, Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. That's I watched the first couple episodes of that series. Looks like a lot of fun. Nice big map. Had some vague reminiscence of like a Flint Hills type map to me, so I had a lot of fun on Flint Hills back in 19. Been looking for a map kind of in that vein. Oh my gosh, the trees. Looks like our GPS isn't even on. No wonder we're not going in a straight line. Oh my goodness. Jump back over here. That's better. Hey, Dylan, welcome to the stream, man. Here we go. Episode 3 earlier today. Yeah, that's right. I saw another episode drop today. I have not watched that one yet. And yeah, Hannah's based on a real-life location. Oh, it looks like the helper and our GPS track didn't quite match up here. Oh, well. Picked up cat feed out of Hannah a few times a month. Nice. Yeah, I always love when maps are based around real-life locations. Even if it's not perfect, it just kind of gives you that inspired feel. I don't know. I like it. Now, I don't see our gravity wagons come back yet, although I guess they're going to take a lot longer than the tractor. Let's just look at the map and see if I can find them. Oh, this is the precision farming map. Let's try the normal map for a moment here. I don't see them. All right, we're going to go look for him in 1 second. I'm going to get this guy turned around. And then we'll go search for our lost gravity wagons, see what happened to them. There we go. Yeah. Oh, you were. I thought you said it is. You said, "Is Hannah a real place, Road Warrior?" And yes, I believe it is actually a real place. I misread your comment. Disable GPS. Start hired helper. Stop hitting the wrong keys. And yeah, so the AI worker is up here. Oh, and it literally, I just got here and it finished harvesting the income at 15,000. I haven't hit any buttons, so we were just slightly impatient there. It's probably the gravity wagons just have a slow unload speed too, because that's how most gravity wagons are set up. And yeah, so if you're curious about whether a tractor with 2 gravity wagons can successfully handle that auto drive course, the answer is absolutely. Oh, it's going to take a whole 4 minutes to drive all the way back down to the field. There you go. It's not the speediest, but it is definitely going to work. Awesome. And yeah, I just don't see this tillage guy getting to the end of the field before we catch up. That seeder is making some progress. I mean, we've got, what, maybe 3 rounds left before we catch up to where he's at? Because I think 2 rounds would already put us over the area he hasn't tilled yet. But I think, given that he's going pretty fast... Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. We're going 11 miles an hour now because I've got a better gear set up. Which... Oh, I've got the helper on. I'm like trying to figure out which button to adjust my gears. So yeah, this seeder goes a good 11 miles an hour. Perfect. Yeah, realistically, that Mandako should be going probably 10 miles an hour at least, and I think it's only going 7 right now. So I need to edit that if I'm going to keep it. I like how it looks. It's a good looking piece of tillage equipment. It just needs a few more miles an hour in a slow-moving vehicle sign. I'm really excited that my green screen's working today, too. I was having some issues getting it set up, but it's working awesome. Not that I should be embarrassed by my office anymore. I painted it. It looks nice, but I got to move some stuff around. I've got a nice bookshelf over here behind me now, but with the way my camera's angled, it just points at a plain wall, which is kind of boring. So I have to do some rearranging, shuffle some things around, and see if we can get some more interesting views behind me. Pork Chop, welcome to the stream. Long time no see, man. Hopefully you're doing well. And yeah, Road Warrior, those Parker gravity wagons that I've got right here, these were released on the in-game mod hub here recently. Rooster Mods put these out, so that's really cool. It's great to see some really solid, nice-looking gravity wagons that are actually branded on the in-game mod hub for all platforms, I believe. Pork Chop, I've been doing awesome. Everything's been going really good lately. Kids are in school, got back on a schedule. I went out and voted today. It was good times. And these gravity wagons, actually, while I'm thinking about it, I just kind of blitzed through buying them. But they do also have the extensions that you can add on, too. If you want to go from, I think it's 250 bushel base. And then if you add the extensions on, they're 320 bushels. So, and you've got the option for like the old or the new triangles, the old or the newer logos. I don't see a change on the logo, maybe this side. I don't see a logo change, but yeah, No, this has been a good little setup here. I like these gravity wagons. It's funny as I'm always so torn because I like some of the older equipment, gravity wagons, etc., and then I like some of the really, really big equipment. So I can never quite get myself to stick to one style. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I wanted to shut the tractor off. I guess I'll move this out of the field now because it's just kind of embarrassing leaving it sit out here. Put this over in our staging area with the rest of the equipment. Mr. Simulation, you found some Salford stuff today. Nice. I haven't ever really used any of their equipment, but I've seen it quite a bit. I know it's popular up in Canada, but I did see they had a whole bunch of it at the Farm Progress show, and I've definitely seen it in some spots like Minnesota and stuff. I've seen Salford equipment for sure, so I would love to see some good Salford mods for FS22. I know there's a few different things in 19. Where am I gonna put this? I wanted to get it out of the way, but there's nowhere left. That was more than a little love tap. Oh, that was also not good. There we go. Okay, keeping myself honest. Road Warrior, gotta go. Talk to you later. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by like always, sir. And yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, drop a like. Helps out a lot. Frank should get a rock picker. I agree. There are a lot of stones out here. The problem is that the way the stones work, like, look at all these stones. Although these are probably small stones, so I could get away with just rolling these. So what I really should have done is rolled these rocks out probably before I seeded, but maybe do it after I seed, and then before the combine comes through is probably the best bet there. There's some really good rollers out now. I think there's a big Mandinko. Yeah, I've got this big Mandinko on here that works great. Because I do not like using small things, especially for jobs like rolling that I just can't stand to do. Let's see, I don't want to use this janky 8RT, that's for sure. I thought I had the... Oh, it's on the tillage tractor. That's why I can't find it. All right, let's grab an 8R maybe for this. 8R. There we go. I don't know which 8R this is, but we'll run with it. I'm curious what tire brand options I have. I want row crops on the fronts and the backs is what I'm looking for. I like having tire options, but holy buckets, is that a lot of tire options. Front weights. Probably wouldn't need front weights, but we're going to toss them on here. Now, was there room to spawn this thing? Oh, there is. Look at that. Man, we're really fitting them in like puzzle pieces over here right now with everything parked everywhere. I have not used that many rollers here in Farm Sim 22, so I'm kind of curious actually to give this a try. I usually just turn off the field stones. We'll see if we can get this one connected up on the first try here as well. Not as impressive as when I did the gravity wagons, I suppose. Fane, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are figuring out all the things in Farming Simulator tonight. Coming back from several months off from regular gameplay, especially with larger scale equipment, so it's been quite the exploratory stream. Alright, we've got that going, and then I think I just let this thing down and start rolling, and it should just knock these rocks right back down under the ground here. Works great. And I think I can probably pop up a few gears here. I think these rollers go pretty fast if I remember right. Yeah, 12 miles an hour, so we're going to cover a lot of ground. Now, can you use hired helpers with rollers, or is it going to stop like 10 feet in? Nope, it's going to work just fine. Look at that. I assume it's on a hired helper right now. Yeah. Well, look at that. Sweet. No complaints there. And we're almost done with the long rows here with this tillage guy, or tillage gal. I think it said Sarah. Tillage gal. What's up with that semi? So we were talking earlier in the stream about equipment that might still float around a bit on its own, and I definitely did not wrap this tree around the this truck around the telephone pole. That is, I think, things kind of shifting around on their own a little bit. So that's interesting for sure. And Fane, yeah, out in the fields, the field work is all using course play, and then on the roads I'm using auto drive. So I was running auto drive courses back when we were harvesting this field, and that seems to be working really well now. And then course play is working awesome out in the field, so everything's kind of squared away right now. And then I'm using kind of a mix, so this is just a standard AI driver, in-game helper, doing the tillage right now. And then well, I guess I'm not using course play on anything right now. This is also an in-game hired helper because we were driving this one ourselves. In fact, we're going to take back over when we turn around and keep driving this one on our own. I was using course play when I was doing the 2 harvesters. So we're just going to ditch that worker and jump back in here. I do want to at least knock out the last of these long rows here tonight. I know we're actually running past our normal time for the night. Oh, and we didn't turn the seeder on. Shame on me. We're going to align the GPS to where we are right now so we don't skip anything, and we're good to go. I'm sure you've seen, but highly recommend Perma's smooth roller texture for that Mandingo roller. Yeah, I saw that he's got one out there. I haven't played with that yet either. Perma's sent me a couple of different mods that I need to take a look at here. I know he's been releasing a few things again, which is awesome. And we've got relight here on tonight, so things are brighter than usual. I do actually like this shot. I'm going to take this. Might be a screenshot for something. Thumbnail someday. But yeah, the relight lighting is kind of, for me, it's been hit or miss, but I really like it during the day sometimes. But sometimes it kind of irks me because it's almost too bright. But I think with the John Deere green on stuff, it looks pretty slick. Diego, greetings from Argentina. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. For the seeder, can you just put down solid fertilizer, or do you have to put seed down with it? Great question. I think you have to have seed in the seeder. I think you can run it without fertilizer, but I don't think you can run it without seed. I've not actually tried it, but I'm almost positive that's how it works. There we go. Just having a hard time busting out a GPS there. Now I feel like I'm going to run into this semi. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe the hired helper did one of these numbers. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're getting stuck. We are full on stuck. I'm going to try and fold it up here to get out of this. It's not folding up. What's going on? Maybe it can't fold up because it's so stuck. What have we done? Usually when you hit the fold button, it just starts folding up no matter how stuck it is. But that's not working for me right now. Now it'll start folding. Look at that. How useless. All right. Off we go. Just making a mess. It's always something, folks. It's always something. This is what happens when I stream past my standard ending time. I start making silly mistakes. I say as if we didn't make a whole bunch of mistakes earlier in the stream. There we go. Grant, for the cedar, can you just put down... Oh, I already answered you. Fane, what would you use auto drive for? You're new to modding in FS22. So auto drive is a mod that will drive your vehicles around to different points on the map. So if I pull up the auto drive interface over here on the side, it has a few different modes. One is to drive to a specific point, and it uses a pre-recorded like network of points that you've already driven on. So you kind of record paths around on the map, or you can download somebody else's pre-recorded paths for a given map. And you can just tell it to drive to one of the points that you've set up on the map. And then there's some other modes where you can pick up and deliver, so that we were using this earlier to pick up at the field and then deliver to the sell point. And then you have just a deliver mode. So if you have something in your truck, trailer, whatever, you can just tell it to go somewhere. You can also just have it go somewhere and load up, but not necessarily then drive anywhere else. And then you have the option to unload a combine that's in the field. This is useful if you've got, you know, a tractor with a wagon on it, or you want to unload with a semi and a trailer in the field actually on the go. So there's a lot of options there. But for the most part, auto drive is about driving a vehicle from point A to point B and possibly picking up or unloading that vehicle along the way. Versus course play, which is more about actually doing work in the fields. Course play also has the ability to do a lot of the same things as auto drive, where you record a course and it can drive places. But I feel like auto drive's better at getting from point A to point B. Course play is better at doing field work. That's my general rule of thumb if you're looking at the difference between the two mods. Could you not create a job and have an AI drive it? Not sure. Let's see here. Hey, Jay Meister, how you doing? So we are officially caught up here with our tillage guy. And so I'm looking at the clock, kind of out of sorts here. I'm looking at the clock, it's 11:20. So for those that are familiar with my streams, I tend to stream from 9 to 11-ish. And it's past 11-ish. And probably a good spot to wrap things up tonight, I'm thinking. So I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out on the stream tonight. And I'm looking forward to continuing to get back into these weekly live streams and trying out some new maps. So this week we did a lot of things. Next week I think we're gonna try out something new. I'm trying to remember. I think the Platinum DLC is coming out here soon. I don't remember exactly when that comes out, so maybe we'll be looking at that next week. I'm not sure. I thought it comes out soon though. I might get an early look at that. I know Giants likes to send that out to content creators a week or two before it releases, so we'll see. We'll see what's coming next week. But yeah, I appreciate you guys all coming out tonight, hanging out with me as I fumbled through a lot of stuff. And we'll be getting back to some videos. I think the new schedule is going to be videos on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday with live streams on Tuesday. So stay tuned for a video here on Thursday. And yeah, we'll catch you all here real soon. That's all for today. Kedrick.